Hey guys, my name's Dan, and been building this cabin for about 8 years now. Was inspired by a lot of the other videos I've been kind of watching on YouTube to create my own. I'm kind of reserved guy. I don't like to get in front of the camera and brag about what I've done, but I thought maybe if this inspires anybody to build their own, then great. So what I have is it's a white oak timber frame. It's the footprint is 37 wide, which is north to south, and it's 14.5 feet deep, east to west. We'll walk up here. Place is a pigsty. I'm at the end of a long weekend of working on stuff, and I just have tools out and got to get everything put away here soon. But I based the whole cabin on a 12-foot 3-inch wide north to south by 14.5 foot east to west modular. So there's a south bay. That modular is a bay there, and then there's a middle bay, and then there's a north bay. And the middle bay is just a cathedral ceiling. It's just like I said, a white oak timber frame, and there's tongue and groove spruce. It's just cosmetic, 3/4 inch thick tongue and groove material up there just to look pretty. Above that's a SIP panel, structural insulated panel. If you want to know more about those, just Google SIP, S-I-P. You'll find out more than you ever want to know about them. They're great. They went on really fast. So anyway, back to this modular thing. Like I said, there's a north modular that's got a sleeping loft above it. This middle one's just cathedral ceiling. And then the south one is another bedroom. So I'll climb up this ladder that I made. I'm not crazy happy with it, but it's okay. It's just a spruce 2x6s. So probably can't see much, but so this is just a big modular. So sleeping loft, queen bed, pretty nice, cheap IKEA furniture that I'll probably replace and make my own stuff someday. Yeah, everything's someday, right? So I kind of built this for ventilation. There's a big, they're 30-inch square windows. They're Marvin windows. They're casements. I put casement windows in because, well, I like the look of them. They're kind of contemporary, but you can open them all the way up. There's 100% or 98% void and screens in them. So again, nice breeze east to west here. And there's another version of the window there. So this is kind of the cabin. About 3/4 of the way finished with it. Go back downstairs here. This ladder's kind of fun going down face forward. So over in this north bay will be a kitchen, but it's kind of an off-the-grid cabin, so there'll probably be solar panels for some simple LED lights. There'll be a row of kitchen cabinets, which I've built in my shop. I just haven't installed them yet. Go along that back wall. Oh, look, my finger. Along that back wall, there'll be a little kitchen island here in the middle. I've got to build that ladder going up to the kids' loft yet. What else can I tell you? This south bay will be, I don't know, a little living area, living room, kids' play area, something like that. So, I'll tell you a little bit more about the outside. I'm kind of a purist. I don't like using all that plastic AZAC and all that, material. I like to fancy myself a woodworker, not a plastics worker. So anyway, I've got Western red cedar shingles. They're standard 5X, 16-inch tall, random width shingles on the top. The bottom, well, that's a work in progress. I bought this Western red cedar plywood. I bought a couple sheets to test. Those are the only 4 sheets that are on at the moment, and I hate it. I used a Cabot Australian timber oil, and all the knot holes turned black, and it looked kind of crappy. And I can't quite afford true Western red cedar board and batten, 10 or 12-inch wide boards with 1.5, 2-inch wide battens. They're just, it's like $4,000 to do just the bottom half of the cabin and siding. So I found a clear faced exterior grade plywood that I think I'll use. And then I've got a bunch of Western red cedar battens to put on top of them. So it's like a fake board and batten look. So I stood those plywood sheets up on end, so they're 8 inches or 8 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and I'll put battens on them every 12 inches, and it'll look like board and batten siding, and then I don't have to deal with the problems of it all cupping. So my little cabin, got a little wood stove there. It's made in Canada. It's a King. Real happy with it. I love the glass door. In the winter, you know, when there's a fire raging in there, it lights up the whole cabin on the inside. Whole bottom half, I should say. It's real nice. And I used Duravent stovepipe and chimney pipe. So that's just double wall insulated stovepipe at the top. I have, it's the fake standing seam metal roof on there. It's that corrugated stuff that you screw down through with the little rubber neoprene washers on top. And it went on really fast and easy. I was pretty happy with that too. Everything's turned out great. It's taken 20 times longer than I ever thought it would take. The foundation, there are 12 concrete piers. The outside piers are 12 inches diameter, and there's some interior piers that don't really support a lot of load, just the first floor deck. Those are 8 inches. Got a little front porch here. That will get a nice timber frame, gabled front porch if I ever get around to making it. I'll build that out of Western red cedar timbers. And then the back, let me show you this view. This is why we put this cabin here. But the back will get a screened-in porch and a deck. So I don't know if you can see through this glass. These doors don't open right now at the moment, but there's a cliff right there, and it just falls down. Can't really see it with all the vegetation, but I wouldn't want to walk more than 20 feet out the back door here. You'd fall down about 200, 300, 400 feet straight down. In the winter, the view is really amazing when the leaves are off the trees. So I'm in south central Ohio, kind of in the, I don't know, it's Amish country, but there's not a ton of Amish. But I've been working on it. I cut the frame in 2005, the whole spring, summer, and fall of 2005. I put the frame up in October, put the SIPs on in a couple of weeks. They went on really fast. I had help with that. I've done everything myself, but I had help with the SIPs. The guy I bought the SIP panels from helped me put them on. They were pretty unwieldy. It's styrofoam with OSB oriented strand board, not oriental strand board, glued to both surfaces, so it's like a big thick foam core panel, and they were 5 feet wide by, no, I guess they were 4 feet wide by various lengths, 8, 10, and 12 foot lengths. Got a fancy little outhouse back there. We dug the hole ourselves. We use it so little that it's really nice. Doesn't smell, but we might, I don't know, fix that at some point. Have it suck dry and figure out a better way to deal with that. That was just kind of, that was the first thing we built just so that we could work on the cabin. We were camping in tents and working on this thing all of kind of 2004, and when we did the foundation, 2005, 2006. I'll walk around the side here. We've putting siding on last November of 2011, and it got too cold, not to work, but too cold to put finish on it. This Cabot Australian timber oil has to have 24 hours of 50 degrees Fahrenheit and above for, I think, actually 48 hours. So we just ran out of temperature to stain the stuff, and I really don't like that look of Western red cedar when it grays out to that kind of barn siding gray. I don't like that look at all. So I didn't want to hang anything and not get finish on it, and then that UV radiation gray it out. So it's going okay. As you can see, for about 5 years we had Tyvek siding on the cabin, It was an eyesore, and it really took a beating. So as I side, I'm taking it off and replacing it with nice new stuff. But, you know, just working on this when we have time. You know, ideally, I'd like to take 2 or 3 months off work and just finish this thing, but it's not how it's working out. So I'll show you the back here. I hope I'm not boring you. Back of the cabin, no siding yet. Tyvek's really taking a beating. This is that cliff that goes straight down. Casement windows. Like I said, they're Marvin casement windows. They're aluminum clad, they're not vinyl. If I had to do it again, I might not do, and I don't know, the Marvin were ridiculously expensive. The ends down here on these bays, this is the south bay and that north bay, these are 3-foot square by 4 casement windows. When you open those all the way up, you get a lot of breeze going through the cabin. Even yesterday, it's mid-May, it was really hot yesterday. It got up into the low 90s. Open up all the windows, get a lot of ventilation, and it cools off really fast. Tell you a little bit about our surroundings. I'm kind of in the, what am I trying to say? We're right in the heart of a hardwood forest. So this is, like I said, south central Ohio. It's all oaks, a lot of red oaks, some white oak, a lot of maples. There's a shaggy bark hickory right there, some buckeye trees. They're pretty nice. Some inland red cedars or junipers, whatever you care to call them, but a lot of hardwood trees. So we're just surrounded. Not sure where I'm gonna put my solar panels because everything's shaded, but we'll figure that out. Show you another little project. Yeah, we'll cut it here. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you got any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to try and answer them. I'm no expert. But I've probably done a ton of things wrong, but we're learning as we go, and if we make a mistake, we just take the time back up and fix it and go again. In fact, that front porch has to be fixed. Maybe I'll make a video, but it's a mess. The stringers for the steps, I sat on some pavers and they sunk down, and the front of those steps pulled forward, so it's got to be redone. But oh well. What else can I think of? I'll do some other videos. Like I said, pretty much doing everything ourselves. Like doing it. I think it's it's a journey. It's not a destination. I kind of joke around with my wife sometimes saying, what in the world are we going to do with a cabin in the country once we're finished with it? Because so far the fun has just been planning it, designing it, building it, all that kind of fun stuff. Well, if you got any questions, like I said, let me know. Be happy to try and answer them. I'll do some other videos. Thanks, guys.